Have you ever been told you're kind of hard to read? Or maybe a little cold, just because you don't put every single thought and feeling out there for the world to see? Well, we're about to completely reframe that idea today. And it usually starts with a moment just like this. This just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? You're in some group setting, maybe a work lunch or something, and you realize you're not exactly laying out your entire life story for everyone. And boom, suddenly you're the mysterious one. That's the exact experience we're going to unpack.
So let's ask the question, is there any truth to these labels? Are you actually cold? Or is something way more intentional and, honestly, way more powerful going on here?
Do any of these sound familiar? Mysterious, guarded, hard to read, cold. Yeah, these are the classic labels for people who, simply value their own privacy. Maybe you've been called mysterious when you were just listening and observing, or guarded when you were just being thoughtful about what you say. These words almost always have a negative spin, right? Well, we're about to flip that script.
And this is the big shift in perspective. What if being private isn't some personality flaw you're supposed to fix? What if it's actually a really smart, really effective strategy for navigating the world, for protecting your energy, and for building relationships that are actually strong and meaningful?
That strategy has a name, and it's a concept that is just so empowering once you get it. It's what our source material calls the art of selective disclosure.
Okay, so what in the world is selective disclosure? It's pretty simple, actually. It's the intentional and thoughtful process of deciding what to share, who you share it with, and when you share it. The keywords there are intentional and thoughtful. This isn't about building walls because you're scared. No, this is about being the curator of your own inner world. It's a skill, not a weakness.
And this really nails the difference. See, being closed off feels reactive, kind of defensive. But being in control of your own narrative, that is proactive. It's confident. You get to be the author, the editor, and the publisher of your own story.
So how does this actually work in real life? The source material gives us this fantastic, super practical framework. It's called the 3 tiers of trust.
Okay, so this breaks down our relationships into 3 levels. First up, you've got the polite tier. This is all the surface level stuff. Small talk with coworkers you barely know, the barista, strangers. Easy. Then you've got the filtered tier. This is for friends, colleagues you actually trust. You share more, for sure, but it's still curated. You're in control. And then there's the fully authentic tier. This is the inner sanctum. This is reserved for that tiny, trusted inner circle that has earned the right to see the complete, unfiltered you.
And this is the most important part of all. You are the one in charge. You're the gatekeeper. You hold all the keys. Getting access to the deeper parts of who you are isn't some right that people are entitled to. It's a privilege, and it's a privilege that has to be earned over time.
But why go through all this? What's the point? Well, because the benefits of doing this are just massive. Let's talk about the real power that comes from embracing your own privacy.
This chart just lays it out so clearly. When you overshare everything with everyone, intimacy kind of loses its value, right? It creates drama and instability, and it basically invites judgment from all corners. But when you're selective, you protect that intimacy, making it more special. You build a stable, peaceful inner world. And you know what? It commands respect because you're showing that you respect yourself first. Oh, I love this. In a world that's always screaming at us to share more, perform more, explain ourselves constantly, choosing to be silent can be such a powerful act of self-respect. You don't owe anyone a piece of your story you're not ready to give. Sometimes silence is the best and wisest answer you've got.
So let's bring it all together. The big takeaway here is really about empowerment. It's about agency. It's your life, your experiences, it's your story. You get to decide how it's told.
So the next time somebody calls you guarded or mysterious, you can just quietly smile to yourself. You know the truth. You're not being cold. You are recognizing your own value. Protecting your peace and your privacy isn't antisocial. It's one of the deepest forms of self-care there is. It's a sign of profound self-worth. And I'll leave you with this question to really think about. It's not about who's asking the loudest or who seems the most curious. The only question that really matters is this. In your life, who has truly, genuinely earned the right to hear your story?